we're talking about how to run Amazon advertisements. So we breaking down by steps. So step number 1 is to find the relevant keyword that's associated to a product. In order to do that, and we have a methodology for it. So basically, what you're going to do is you look at your competitor who is selling the similar products with you, and we have tools to look at which keyword they are being ranked. And based on their ranking, and you can find what is the relevant keyword that associate to that type of product. And also, we're gonna put all the competitors and into a competitor list, because we're gonna using that for your targeting as well. Because Amazon ads and you have different targeting. Keyword is one thing, competitor is another, and now they're rolling up about audience. And even though they're still at a beta phase, and then we still need to try it, and then we have our own internal software, and now we open up to the public called the data dive. So what we do is we pick several competitors, and we have tools to tell you what ranking of the keyword is, and then give you the relevancy of each keyword. And we also group the keyword into a bucket that share the same roots, and then that is easy for you to create a campaign and in Amazon and based on your root structure. Amazon has its own tools and in brand analytics, and then they give you some high search volume keywords that are associated to a product. I think that is a good source you can turn into. And also in the search, and when you type a certain keyword, they give you a suggestion about all those long tail keywords, and then that can be another resource you can target on as well. So the second step is to set up a campaign. If it is a new product, and I highly suggest that you target on relevant keyword first, and then open it up to the rest of the keywords, and also automatic campaigns. I know some of the sellers, and then they turn on the automatic campaign at the very beginning. And from that campaign, they can find a keyword that highly convert and then put into the manual campaign. And I will say, and you can do it, but that is not a very efficient way to do it. Because if you know certain keyword is really relevant to your products and it will convert well, and why waste the money for the random algorithm and then finding out that later. So find the relevant keywords. Start from targeting the relevant keyword first, and then I can expand to other traffic source. So right now, Amazon has getting more complicated, because besides set up the bid, how much you're gonna spend per click, how much you spend per campaign, which is the budget, and now they have a bid adjustment. For example, if you want your campaign, your product showing on top of the search or the rest of the search, or a product page, and then you can set up a percentage of adjustments, and in order to reach that position. So that will be more complicated way. I'm not suggesting you to do at this stage. What you're going to do is you just set up a regular campaign and to see how it performed, and after running for a while, and you adjust it accordingly. Oh, another thing I want to mention is about bid strategy. Now, they have up and down and fixed, and we have a strategy about when to using what bidding strategy to get best results. So for example, when you first launch your campaign, you want your ad to be shown on a certain place. I'm gonna using the fixed bid because it's very consistent. If you're gonna using down only, you're gonna adjust the bid based on how much your competitor is bidding. But if you're using fixed, okay, this is the money you're gonna spend anyway. Doesn't matter how your competitor is, how your performance is, and then you're more likely to get exposure. And if you set up a decent bid amount. And for example, if you don't want your ad to show in a certain place, and you can be more flexible using bid down, that's the way you can optimize your CPCs and ACoS. So I think that is pretty much it. And then it sounds simple, but the most important thing is you need to set up it right, so it will manage it better in the future. If you don't set it right, and it's very difficult to manage. Another tips suggestion is make sure you have a very good campaign name, because if you're gonna give the campaign management to your team members, and make sure that the name is clear, so they know what is your targeting, what is the strategy, what is the goal of this campaign, so it's easy for others to manage as well. So after set up a campaign, you have to keep an eye on it to see whether it works or not. The most important things we're gonna look at is conversion rates and also the click-through rate as well. So if your product does not get a click, even if you have exposure, which means you might need to change your main images, or you might need to change your offer, which is pricing, your title, etc. And the conversion rate, of course, like if you didn't get a purchase and you know Amazon doesn't like your product and you have to optimize and by either change the images, change the pricing, change the videos, and look at what your competitor do and why they convert or don't. Talk to your design teams and to see how you can get better. Which one is more important, conversion rates or click-through rate? And both of them are very important because if you didn't get clicks and Amazon will not show your ads, and if you didn't get a conversion, and Amazon will not show you ad like as well because they didn't get sales. Before, you just need to guess based on the performance of your product. If you see your product start to getting more organic sales and your keywords start to rank, and you know that's a good conversion rate. But now, like Amazon has they give you more information, and you can look at your category medians, conversion rates, and in your Seller Central. Good conversion rate is about median, and then that is the conversion rate that enable your product to get organic rank. Our conversion rate depends on the category. For example, we have a low dollar amount product around 20, and the conversion rate is around 15%, and which is high dollar amount, and then it is 5%. 4-5% is a median. So now we tested that we have a good conversion rate of our product above median, and now we're going to move into the next step, which is how to expand the traffic to getting more sales and make your product more successful. So by doing that is to open up more general reached campaign, for example, using the similar keywords that you set up before, but with a broad match instead of exact and phrase match. Another way you can do it is to target some more generic keywords. For example, you're selling a remote control car, for example, for boys, right? And you can expand into boy products for 3-year-old, a boy product for 5-year-old. So that's how you're gonna reach more traffic. Another way you can do it is turn on some auto campaigns. Usually we start from close match first, which means and Amazon gonna find a product like very, very similar like yours. And if you're gonna expand your traffic, you can, turn on like another type, for example, loose and substitute, and that you can reach more traffic, but not very limited to what you're selling. And also outside Amazon, as another source, you can expand your traffic and getting some influencers, creating some content, and then partner with influencers. They can promote your product or like running some Meta or Google ads if it works for your product. I'm saying like from my experience, it doesn't work for every product, but if it's work for you or your product is very good for off Amazon traffic, and you can try that as well. If your conversion rate is not good, which is under your category median, or you're just like spending a lot of money and then you didn't see the improvement of your organic sales, and you're probably gonna optimize the conversion before you drive more traffic to your listing. So after step 4, you're kind of get into the maintenance mode. What you're gonna do is keep an eye on your numbers, check progress. If the campaign is performing very well, and let it go. And if you see some, traffic drop, revisit your conversion and click through, or revisit your bids and look at the market and change it accordingly. So in summarized, and the most important thing for advertisement is find the relevant keywords and competitor as a target, and make sure conversion and click-through rate is good, and reach the relevant traffic as many as you can. And if you see anything and not going the right direction, adjust it as soon as possible. Follow, like, and share for more Amazon coaching.